one international
HCA
player.
is a
before we
leading
come home.
US hospital group founded in the 1960s and headquartered in Nashville, Tennessee.
Right, so this is the Health Corporation of America, or Hospital Corporation of America. That's what the HCA stands for. But it's the largest group that you can find in the US. But interestingly, not as enormous as you might think, because there's lots of privately held hospitals in the US as well.
Market cap here, $31.8 billion. Price to earnings ratio, 12.9. No dividend yield. HCA context, let's get that graph up, and there we go.
So you can see they had a bit of a stumble in earnings end of 2015. 2016 was a bit confusing, a slide after the election, and then subsequently a bit of a move up as the whole market globally, and certainly as far as US stocks has risen. So a bit of a mixed bag there.
Joseph, have you had time to analyze this one?
We really don't cover it much, but I think if you just look from a technical perspective, it certainly it's stuck in over the last 2 years in a very narrow trading range, and as Paul just mentioned now, just recently starting to come up again. So I think Paul will have a better comment on that one.
I'm sure you will, Paul.
Yeah,
and
it's a
firstly,
stock
do
that
you have
we've-
exposure to this one?
No, we had some exposure in the past, not currently. Interesting what's going on with US healthcare. So Obamacare really was a tax which, if you didn't have health insurance, it made you pay higher taxes. So it gave an incentive to people to get additional health care, and it forced the suppliers of health insurance, not hospitals, health insurance, to actually cover people if they applied. So there's a little bit of a kind of a carrots and sticks there. So what the Republican Party now wants to do is to scrap Obamacare, because it was like an anathema.
Yeah, but have they got a suitable replacement
They
for
don't.
the strategy?
And what they've been finding is that a lot of Americans who voted for Donald Trump didn't know that the Affordable Health Care Act and Obamacare were the same thing. So they liked the benefits, but they didn't like the fact that it had Obama's name attached
So
to it.
what we can deduce is that it's a very confusing environment when it comes to healthcare in
And
the
the
US
reason it's
right
relevant
now.
to HCA is because obviously if you're talking about a country like that, if you get tens of millions more people with state-funded or private insurance, then you're going to obviously see an incremental benefit in terms of hospitalization visits. Because people with health insurance go and get stuff done, people that don't, you know, just suffer at home.
Let's call it. Joseph, you mentioned that it had broken out of a technical range. On that information, would you call it hot or not?
Well, from a momentum perspective, I think it will be able to hold, but I think we need to be able to see what Mr. Trump is going to do, whether we're going to have another Trump care there. To just
Maybe he just didn't
Obamacare.
like Obamacare, you know, the
Well,
branding
it's
issue.
funny you say that, because they are now getting into the weeds about how to try and fix it. It's very complex the way those taxes work. And remember, it went through many iterations, it got approved by the Supreme Court. So it's not even unlikely that they'll say, oh no, we've killed the Obamacare, but we've retained the Affordable Health Care Act.
Hot or not, HCA?
I'm going to go hot. I just think that overall the uncertainty creates an entry opportunity, and I think in due course the company will recover and earnings will be strong. So.
Let's